old lady. Don't you think it's getting time for you to stop faking being my mom and just leave me alone? You really thought you could just meet my fiancé before the wedding saying you're my mom like that? When did I ever say it was okay for you to talk to him in the first place?
Rin, what has gotten into you? I understand that I'm not your mother by blood or anything, but I've been with you for 10 years now, ever since you were in middle school. I may just be your stepmother, but I still believe I have the right to meet that man.
In other words, you mean you're a fake, right?
That's not at all what I mean by being your stepmother. I have made sure to take care of you for the longest time now, like your mother. And at your age, now you should be able to understand that I've always wanted the best for you, right? Even though you were just some kid that your dad brought along with him when the two of us started to take things seriously, I made sure to think of you as my own.
That's nasty to hear from some old woman. Acting like you're so amazing for doing that, even though you never had to. You even went and acted all high and mighty around him by saying you're my mom. That's so freaking embarrassing. I had to explain everything to him about you after that, and it was a total waste of my valuable time.
But even your fiancé was willing to understand me. He didn't even bother that I'm your stepmother calling myself your mom. The only person that seems to be all worked up about this right now would be you, Rin. Now end that attitude, please. This has been the structure of our family for a decade now. Maybe even thank me for putting up with you all this time.
Thank you for that? I'll have you know that I'm never going to be thanking you for anything you've done. The thankfulness I have for you is non-existent. So there you go.
I don't think that right now is the greatest time to be saying such things to me, Rin.
I have to ask, do you actually plan on coming to my wedding?
Huh? What are you saying? Why do you think I wouldn't go? That'd be completely strange of me to not come to my own daughter's wedding, right?
Well, only if I was your actual daughter. But you don't have any daughters, do you? So, that's why I'm asking you to stay away from my wedding, okay?
Do you think because I'm not that forward with myself, you can just get away with saying that? Talking down to me because I'm your stepmother, even though I was glad to make someone I never asked for my own. Don't you think you're going a little too far right now, Rin? I have been trying my best with you for these past 10 years, so hearing you say all these horrible things to me really hurts.
If you do end up coming to my wedding, you won't have a seat prepared for you. I have no reason to prepare a seat for someone that's faking being my mother, right?
Calling me a fake, though? I have always wanted to be like your real mom. After marrying your father years ago, I've done everything I could to show you that I care about you as well. Can you please respect me just a bit more as your stepmother? I've been raising you for a decade now, Rin. What's so bad about having me at your wedding?
Well, I just recommend that you don't come. Because I don't see you as my real mom. All you'll do is embarrass yourself by coming, so I would definitely recommend staying away. Because, once again, you're not my mom. Just some secondary wife, right?
You really are just having a blast saying these things about me, huh? Ever since I married your father, everything has been smooth sailing. And up until recently, you and I have never been at arms with one another. Why have you started to act this way towards me now?
That's because I finally realized that you're just a fake and that's it. Everyone knows that the real thing is way better to have around than some wannabe.
I'm starting to see that you really enjoy calling me a fake. Well, I suppose there's nothing else I can really say to you over text right now. I just hope you take a little time before your wedding to calm down a bit and rethink having me at your wedding. I'd like you to look at things as though you're an adult.
Do not come to my wedding today. You are just a stranger now, so don't show up.
What are you talking about now? Today is one of the most important days of your life, right? You are my stepdaughter after all, so I'm going to have to come see you. Will you allow me to please be there to celebrate your big day?
I asked my real mom to come today, and so there's no seat here for you.
Huh? What do you mean you asked your real mom to come?
My real mom is coming. Actually, I've recently been getting back in touch with my real mom after she started texting me out of the blue.
Huh? When you say your mom, you mean your actual mom?
What else would I mean by that? So, your life living as my stepmother is over now. I'm going to be cutting ties with you now. And besides, there's only enough room here for one mom, and so it's been reserved for her. I mean, why wouldn't I have my real mother here as opposed to some fake?
You really asked that person to come to your wedding? Are you really okay?
What do you mean by that one? This is my own flesh and blood mother. Of course I'm okay with her coming to my biggest day.
Did you forget about how she left you behind in middle school and got up and just vanished from you and your dad? You had a terrible time back then, right?
Shut up already! I don't want some stranger talking to me about my life. My mom had a lot of things going on in her life, so she had no other choice at the time. And she's the only one that truly understands what hardships she had to face then. So I'm going to make you shut up by ending things between us right now. I'm sure that my mom and dad will get back together with one another, and today will be the start of that.
I don't think that'll ever happen, Rin.
Compared to you, my mom's a way better mother. Well, I guess there was no comparing you both, though, because I've never once seen you as my mother.
Is that so? Rin, I completely understand how you feel about me now. After all the blood and sweat I gave to raise you as my own, you have made things very clear after all the horrible things you've told me recently. But I don't mind. After this, there will be nothing left for the two of us to talk about.
Just remember that I only prepared one seat, and that's been saved for my real mom. So don't bother trying to come. I never thought of you as my mom, you fake. So hurry up and get out of here!
So that's what you really want then, right?
All those that have been fake need to leave.
Well, whatever happens after this is not going to be my problem then.
Good.
I'll do the same as you and make this the last time I ever talk to you. But of course, there was never a close relationship between us in the first place, so this won't be so bad for me. Goodbye forever, Rin. I hope you have a happy wedding.
Things are out of control right now. Come and help me, Lori. Where are you at right now?
Excuse me, who is this?
Stop trying to make stupid jokes with me, Lori. Hurry up and get back to the wedding. If things keep going like this, I'll be in huge trouble.
Are you really trying to screw with me or something? Why would I have any reason to come back there?
Huh? Why?
I'm finished with you, Rin. And I even did as you asked and went back home. We had last talked an hour ago, so what did you think I'd have done in that time? What do you want from me now? You understand that I don't need you anymore, right?
Lori, please. I'm bawling my eyes out right now. Please, answer the phone call for me.
Huh? What are you even talking about? You and I are complete strangers now, right? Oh, wait. We've always been complete strangers. So after all that fuss you made about me, why would you think of me as anyone besides a stranger?
Wait, but I'm seriously crying a lot right now. Can't you see that I'm in a terrible pinch right now?
I cannot.
What?
And even if I could see that you're in trouble, I'd do nothing about it. You having a fit right now over something has nothing to do with me and my life.
I get it. I'll tell you outright. My real mom is crazy.
Oh? What do you mean by her being crazy?
Some messed up woman came into my wedding out of nowhere. When I had met with her before, she was never that way, but she began going through all the food at the buffet like a maniac, and now she's hitting on all the men here.
That's even worse than I was thinking she'd be like. But I guess it can happen.
And now my fiancé's whole family and all my friends know that someone like her is my real mom. Right now, I'm so embarrassed by everything she's done.
Did you never know that your real mom was that kind of woman? She had started talking with you again after so long, so I assumed you understood the person she is.
I I didn't have any memories of her, and she started to text me again asking to meet up. And then we went out once to eat and chat about life, but I never thought that she'd turn out to be some lunatic. Even my fiancé himself was disgusted by what he saw from her, and at the moment he's thinking about canceling the wedding. Now the security is coming to deal with her. And Dad got so upset with me asking why I'd invited her to my wedding and ended up leaving before the wedding even started. What should I do right now?
You're asking me that? Why would you ask me?
I let my dad know the reason why I didn't want you to come to my wedding. But I never wanted him to get upset with me and leave over it. Go and explain all of this to him. He said if he doesn't get a good explanation for all of this, he's going to be done with me as his daughter.
Well, of course he'd do that.
Why are you acting like this doesn't matter to you? Do you not see how huge of a deal this is for me right now? He was even supposed to help pay for this wedding and other things, but now that's never going to happen. What should I do, Lori?
You asked me to never come to that wedding, right, Rin? So how am I supposed to tell you what to do now? I think your best choice now is to just embrace the reality you've just made.
Huh? What do you mean, embrace this reality?
I'm saying there's no turning back for you now. Did you never realize that I was the one paying for your wedding, as well as for you both to go on your honeymoon?
You were. My dad wasn't going to be the one doing that?
I was. We'd even talked about this at dinner, but as usual, you never listened to anything we said. Well, I'm not paying for you guys anymore, so you can go ahead and afford all of that by yourself.
Huh? What?
You are nothing to me anymore, Rin, and so there's no reason for me to pay for you, right? I don't even want to hand any more money to you, so don't expect anything. You're going to have to pay it all off yourself, so after this, make sure to work hard for all that money.
Wait a second, Lori. A lot of the people at the wedding are starting to leave, and I think the wedding has totally been canceled now. And my fiancé's family is all really pissed off. And everyone is asking for me to return all the presents I had been gifted from them. And if you're not going to be paying anything for this wedding, then I'm going to be getting into some really bad debt.
And that's all nothing I care about. Do your best to work hard and pay all of that off. I've also made sure to cancel your guys' honeymoon trip for you.
Huh? Are you serious?
If you really still want to go with your upset husband, or alone, then you can pay for that with your own money, right? I have no plans to ever fork money over to you again, so that's your only option. Take some responsibility for the reality you've just created for yourself. Now, I'll be going.
Wait, Mom!
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I meant Lori. I'm not sure what has gotten into me recently. But I had really just wanted to be with my real mother again. And maybe that's what made me start acting out against you, like you weren't the one that cared for me. After all, you were the one that stuck with me and made sure I was raised well. And so I still believe that you're my mom. You should be okay with me still calling you Mom, right? Please, let's just go back to being a close family with one another.
Huh? Why are you trying to act as though you've done nothing horrible these past few weeks? It's not going to happen, Rin.
What?
You have really pissed me off with the attitude you've given me recently. And so I've had enough of whatever you thought was okay to say and do to me. I cannot believe that the girl I thought was so cute and kind could turn out the way you are now. So believe me when I say that you are a complete stranger to me now.
You're going cold to me just like that? Only a few hours ago you believed that I was still your daughter, right?
Well, when you decided to make things the worst they could be between you and I with that gross attitude you had, I was at a loss for words. I'm pretty sure you and I will never see one another again, so have a great life. You and that fiancé of yours try hard to rekindle whatever love you guys had. Well, as long as that's even possible now. Go find your real mom and try and ask her for help, okay? The fake will now be leaving your life forever.
I was never being serious when I called you a fake. Forgive me, please. I can't make it on my own without my mom. Have you just forgotten about the past 10 years we've had together?
Well, after the way you've treated me, I thought it was completely fine to forget about all that. Really, I don't ever want to see or hear from you again, and your dad has pretty much cut ties with you now.
If the both of you are gone, then what am I going to do?
Isn't this great? You got to finally meet your real mom again. A woman that loves to spend money and is ridden with debt. She's even the type where if she gets the chance, she'll steal money from others. Well, go find her and ask for her to take care of you now. Goodbye, Rin. In the end, Rin was left dealing with a very upset fiancé, or should I say husband, since a week before they had handed in their wedding papers. He had had enough of her and her real mother, and so he began to move towards divorcing her. But Rin no longer had a home to go back to, and so she really was in a pinch like she'd said. As for all the money she'd had in her savings, it vanished into paying off the cancellation fees for the wedding. And now she's stuck dealing with a mother that keeps asking for her to spare her some cash. Rin tried to get Lori to help her, but Lori really was finished with her, and so she ended up blocking Rin and doing as Rin had originally asked of her. I'm sure that Rin is left wondering what she could possibly do now, but her best bet would be to listen to exactly what Lori had told her and find a job to start working non-stop to make back whatever money she's lost. And if she plans on keeping the money she makes, it's best she gets rid of that crazy mom of hers that'll probably suck her dry in no time. But as for Lori, her and her husband have made the right choice in blocking Rin out of their life and will no longer have to worry about whatever problems she gets herself into.
Old woman, I think I'm going to be cutting ties to you now.
Huh? What are you going on about now? Did something happen to you, Hope?
This isn't about what's happened to me, Mom. This is about keeping things from ever having to happen. And that's why I no longer want anything to do with you. I'm going to get married, so I have a new life coming to me.
Oh, is that right? Congratulations, Hope. It makes me so happy inside to hear that my own little baby is finally going to be getting married. That's just so wonderful for you, as the man you're with right now seems like a true gentleman. So I can see you both being really happy with one another forever.
Well, all he really is a nice man that happens to have a lot of money to his name.
Huh?
His looks aren't all that good, so I'd have to say that he'd be a 4 out of 10 if not for that wealth. But because of all that money I've seen on him, he's a 10 out of 10. So that's why, after we have our wedding, I can give up on having to work any lousy jobs anymore and be a stay-at-home wife. I'll have the most relaxing life ever being his housewife. I'm so glad to see that I won't have to walk the same path that my poor and depressing mom has had to go down.
Wait, what you said just then is a bit too rude, right? That just made me feel a little sad inside, Hope. I've been doing a wonderful job as a mother raising both you and your older brother without a man to help me out. So are you trying to say to me that you don't feel any kind of thanks towards what I've done for you?
Thanks towards you, huh? All I've been thinking about is how I'm finally going to have the chance to cut ties to my low-life mother. I don't feel any form of thanks, and all I want to feel is the loss of my mother. I'm not even able to rely on you for anything anymore, and that means I don't want you asking me for anything.
Are you actually being serious about cutting ties to me? You think that just because you're going to be married, you can just cut off your own mom? Or are you really trying to say that you don't give a crap about me as your mom?
You already know the answer to those questions. I really don't care for you at all, and I just can't stand being around you anymore. All you're doing by being my mother now is staining my image.
I can understand you forgetting a lot of the sacrifices I've had to make birthing and raising you when you were younger. But you saying all these really hurtful things to me now when you're supposed to be acting like an adult is just heart-wrenching.
I never needed you to sacrifice anything for me back then, Mom. By the way, you're getting into your 50s now, yet you're still working as a traffic conductor? Aren't you embarrassed to be standing on the streets all day working at your age? It even makes me feel embarrassed knowing that you're out there doing such a sickening job at your age.
I don't feel any kind of embarrassment from what I do. I actually happen to really enjoy the job and am confident in it. I get that there are times where the work can be tough for me considering I'm getting old, but I still find it a good job. I put my all into this work, and I don't want to be called a lowlife for working a job like this.
That kind of thinking is so gross, and it's making me want to vomit even. I'll make it very clear to you right now that I don't want a lowlife woman like you coming to my wedding.
You don't even want me at your wedding? You're telling me that you're going to cut ties to me and that you don't want me at your wedding. Are you trying to make your own mother cry? Have you even had a chance to think about how your words might be hurting me?
I'm telling you that I can't deal with some traffic conductor or whatever you are showing up in my life anymore. I was lucky that my brother ended up showing me to one of his friends that then ended up being my soon-to-be husband. And now I'll be able to be treated well for the rest of my life. The man I'm marrying's parents run their own company. And right now, they are talking about giving the company to him soon, and that'll mean I get to be the wife of a CEO.
And I think that's very good news for you. But does that give you any reason to be talking poorly about me? I'm your mom after all, and I should be treated with way more respect than this.
I'm seen as being a perfect match for my man's family, and having someone like you still tied to me is just awful. I didn't even bother asking you to come and meet his parents when we all got together.
What? Has all of that already happened then?
It sure has, Mom. But we had no desire of you coming along to see them. And I mean, I'm going to be cutting ties to you anyway, so it's not like you really need to see them.
You have to stop talking about wanting to cut ties to me, okay? Why would anyone do that to their mother when nothing's ever happened to warrant such a choice? You think that just because your man has money and because you think I'm some kind of lost cause, you can cut ties to me? Don't you feel terrible saying such things to your mom?
I've been telling you how I feel about all of this pretty clearly, right? I don't even want a lowlife like you coming to my wedding to see us. And after the wedding, I'm cutting ties to you, and so is the rest of his family. You can go run off somewhere and live by yourself, you lost cause of an old traffic conductor.
If you're going to keep it up with all of those heartless phrases, then I think I'm going to reach my breaking point, Hope. So are you really telling me that this is what you're wanting to say to me?
You already know that I'm wanting to say all of this. I do not want anything to do with a lowlife old woman. And the moment that I marry and have my wedding, things between us will be over. So just stay away from my wedding, would ya?
Are you really okay with this?
You're starting to get on my nerves here. How many more times are you going to ask me if I'm okay with what I've said? If an old hag like you, who doesn't even work a needed job, comes to my wedding, you'll embarrass us all. And beware that there won't even be a seat for you at our very luxurious wedding.
All right then. I won't go.
And don't forget that after, we are going to be no more.
You're asking me to not come to your wedding, so don't even worry about me being around you anymore. But you're the one asking for us to cut ties, so I'll make sure of that. Hope, are you really certain about this? You're fine with losing me as your mom?
I have told you already that of course I'm certain. I'll finally be able to live the life of my dreams now that you're no longer holding me back.
Well, that's just wonderful. Then you go right ahead and live that life you've always dreamed of. I can see you care about nothing regarding all the blood and sweat I've given for you. And so I'll do the same with you, and forget about you ever being my sweet little girl. This'll be horrible. Goodbye forever then, Hope. Make sure you never come back asking for my help, okay?
Who would ask you for anything? I should be saying that to you, you lowlife.
I recommend that from now on you don't call a stranger something like that, as it's not good manners. But it's not like you'll be talking to me anymore anyway, right? What do you want with me?
Mom! Are you able to come to the wedding right now?
I don't remember having a daughter named Hope in my family, so can you please tell me again what you want with me?
You don't have to keep acting like that anymore. Your daughter is in a bit of a tough spot right now, so can you come? Hurry up and get here, please. To my wedding.
Before you were telling me not to come to your wedding and that both you and I were no longer family, right? So I'm only doing as you've asked for me, and there shouldn't be any complaints about that, right?
I told you that you can forget about all of that now. I'm sorry that I happened to talk a little too much with you last time. But today is the day of my wedding, okay? You have to be here for your daughter's wedding.
Listen, Hope, you need to cut the crap right now. I no longer think of you as my daughter anymore, and that means I'm not going to go to your wedding. So now tell me why you're even bothering to text me in the first place right now.
The reason is that my husband's family is all upset with me right now because you never showed up to my wedding. I'm not sure why they would care at all about you being here or not, but they're telling me that if you don't come, they're not going to let the wedding happen.
And that would be right of them. A long while back, I was the one that saved your husband's father from a terrible car accident. And the only reason you're getting married to his son now is because of me. I was the one that thought his son would be a perfect match for what was my cute little daughter.
Huh? What are you going on about? What story is that? I heard that he was introduced to me by my brother.
I know that already. But we only said all of that so that you didn't feel like you were being forced to date him by your mother. We decided it was better to have your older brother say he was a friend of his in order to keep all of that under wraps for a while. You're the only one that's believed that this whole time, while everyone else knows that I was the one that recommended you to his son. Normally, they would have never let someone like you, who never had any accomplishments in or after school, or ever worked a proper job before, marry their son. But because I told them that you were a wonderful daughter and that you'd be just like me, a selfless and family-focused woman, they agreed to let their son meet you.
What? So you're telling me this is all because of you that I'm finally with someone who's going to marry me?
That's right, Hope. But I know that you won't ever believe what I'm saying here. And you probably can't even imagine something like this ever happening to you.
Well, I never knew about this before. Why didn't anyone tell me something like this happened?
You never really cared to listen to anything I've told you in the past 5 years, so why waste my time talking to you about it when someone else could? I knew you'd never listen, and that's why I just let you be.
Well, yeah, I probably wouldn't have ever listened to what you had to say about it. But it doesn't matter now. I understand what's happened. Now, can you come here and see us? I'm telling you, it's all right to come to my wedding now.
Why are you asking me that like everything's all fine and dandy now?
Huh?
You are no longer my child, and I'm not your mother. So it's not happening. I seriously never thought that my own daughter would be as bad as you. Someone that looks down on others for the work they do when you don't even have a proper job of your own. You were never this ruthless when you were a little girl, Hope. But you are just so screwed up now that I can't handle talking to you about anything anymore.
Hold on a second, Mom. Can you calm down a little? What the hell are you trying to say to me right now? Are you actually still upset with me after what happened a while ago?
It's not that I'm upset with you about it. Rather, I've just had enough of you and your selfish attitude. You act like a total witch who doesn't give a care in the world for anyone besides herself and will only want me around when she needs me. I've been the one to raise you for more than 20 years now, Hope. Yet you haven't shown me any ounce of gratitude for any of the effort I put into you. All you have to show for my effort now is saying you want to cut ties to me because you found yourself a man with lots of money. That is so messed up that I cannot even believe what I've heard from you still.
I'm sorry. I suppose I did go a little too far by saying that. But I never said any of that to you with the means of hurting you. I'm sorry that I got a little carried away and said some rude things.
It's too late now to apologize to me for any of that. I no longer want to think of you as a part of my family anymore. And after today, I promise you that I'm never going to have anything to do with you again.
What? Are you for real? Don't say such hurtful things like that to me. If you don't come and see my wedding, there will be no more wedding for us to be at. That will really make things bad for my situation.
Why do you think I care about your situation?
Well, because if your daughter is in a bad situation, you'll feel bad for me as well, right? So that's why you need to hurry up and get over here. You don't want for your daughter's wedding to be canceled because you didn't show, right?
I don't care what happens to your wedding, actually. And can you stop it with calling yourself my daughter and things like that? You are not my daughter and never have been.
What? You're going to be that mean to me now?
Who was the one that started all of this by being so mean to me? I forgot, but wasn't it you that's been a little witch to me for a long time now? At first I thought you were just having a couple of bad days, and that's why I never bothered to ask what was wrong. But even after graduating from high school, you've been very rude to me and given me the cold shoulder. And the fact that I still cared for you even after you turned 18 with no thanks in return was embarrassing for me. I really was a bad mother for doing that for you. But it's been because of me being a bad mother to you that you were able to get married to that man. This low-life mother of yours happened to save someone's life and in return give you a chance at having a husband.
Are you really that mad at me for calling you a lowlife? I get it, Mom, and I'm sorry that I said such a thing about you. How many more times do you want me to say I'm sorry for all of that? I never said any of that to put you in a bad mood or anything, okay?
Then why were you saying such hurtful things like that to me? My whole life I've gone on hearing all sorts of hurtful things from people. But what you were saying about me was the worst I've ever had the misfortune of hearing. But it's not like I care anymore about all of that because you're no longer my daughter.
I told you not to say that about me. I'm still your daughter, right? You shouldn't even be trying to ruin your own daughter's wedding right now because that's not what moms do. You get what I'm saying to you, right?
I have no idea what you keep going on about. And I don't care to understand. If you think you can be married to him without my help, then go ahead. But just know that I'm not there to help you anymore. I want to become a complete stranger to you now. And I've already moved back to my parents' house.
What? You moved back there?
So, that means if there is a chance that your husband does throw you out, you won't have anywhere to run home to. And don't forget that your brother is also upset with you.
He's mad at me now, too?
He has no plans of coming to your wedding now either. And he doesn't plan to hang out with you anymore, the same as me.
So not only are you mad at me, but he is as well? I never even did anything that bad besides say a few rude words, right?
You might think that what you did doesn't mean much to anyone, but you ended up doing something that will end up even hurting those that are strangers to you. Now, if you understand what I've meant, can you please leave me alone?
I do understand you, Mom, and right now I feel so sorry for what I've done and want to fix all of this. So can you please come here and help my wedding get moving? Please, Mom. I know that I screwed up by saying what I said to you, and I promise that I'll never call you a lowlife or anything close to that ever again.
It's too late for that hope. If you've really learned that what you've done is wrong, then use your new understanding to do better after all of this. I know that you don't have a family anymore, but I'm sure there will be someone in your future willing to be around you, as long as you have learned from this.
What? Are you really planning on just disowning your own daughter like this?
How many times are you going to ask me if I'm being serious about this? You were the one that asked for this, so you should be thrilled that I'm gone now. So leave me alone, please. I told you never to ask me for anything, right? Goodbye forever now. It would be a miracle if your wedding was still to happen after this.
In the end,
the wedding that Hope was supposed to have with her husband was canceled, and that completely sent her into a deep depression. And following that, her marriage fell apart as well with her husband, and she lost the right to ever go into his house. Not only did she lose her husband, but her brother and her mother as well. And that left Hope with very little hope in the end. Her mom did as she had asked and cut ties to Hope completely, and then went and apologized to the family of the groom. And as a gift of good standing between the two families, they ended up giving her a new job within their company, where she'd be able to retire in a few years with a nice package. So she ended up ending things with a lovely life, where she could feel safe living alone in her house. Where someone like Hope ended up losing all her family and was with nothing more than the clothes on her back in the open road. In other words, she's homeless and without money. It's safe to say that things you should never say to your family should definitely never be said to any strangers either. But Hope went against that, and this is her outcome. Hey, Susie! I was just wondering if you were coming over with Andrew later today. I'm only asking because I actually just ran out of coffee at the house and was wondering if you could pick me up some on your way over.
Are you really asking me to run little errands for you after I've just gotten engaged?
I only asked for you to do something since you'd be on the way. I mean, are you going to want coffee when you get over here? Actually, now that you mention it though, maybe pick up some other drinks so that we can all celebrate too. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Oh, right. And also, I placed an order at the one chicken place that's on the way from your place to here, so go ahead and stop there and get that for me too. And also, after that, can you go to the corner store across the street from the house and get me a couple packs of cigarettes?
Hold on just a second. Andrew and I were coming over to the house so that we could celebrate us getting engaged. I'm not trying to be rude, but I feel like we're kind of like guests in this moment. So maybe you could not ask us to run all these errands?
Oh yeah! That reminds me, you should also go and pick up something for us to have as dessert too.
Okay, fine. I'll go and get all your stuff, but that means that I probably won't be able to make it over for at least another hour.
Wow. I still just can't believe that you're getting married. I mean, you've been single your whole life. I was starting to think that you were never going to find anyone.
Well, it's not like I wanted to be single that whole time. But yes, I feel very lucky that I found someone who I want to marry now. What about you, Maggie? Are you seeing anyone or anything like that?
Nah, I don't want to get married because then that means I'd have to move out of Mom and Dad's place. Besides, I've actually really been enjoying my job and don't want to get married at the moment.
I see. But I feel like you've always kind of been like that, right? I guess we're all different though, so it's not a big deal.
Well, what about you and Andrew? You guys have only been dating for less than a year, right? Are you sure that he's the one?
I mean, it's a bit too late to be asking me that question now, don't you think? But yes, I'm very sure that he's the one. He's just so kind of honest.
Is that really what you think? Because I know that I've only met him once before, but thought he was kind of shady, to be honest.
You thought that Andrew was shady? How so? What makes you say that?
I guess I don't really have any proof of what I meant, but I guess maybe just looking at his style? But also because you two just haven't been dating all that long, you know? I guess I'm just not sure why you two are engaged.
Maggie, what are you talking about? You aren't honestly this worried about him, are you? I mean, we've already arranged our wedding venue and everything.
Well, that's why I think that you should make sure this is something you want to do before it's too late. I'm just giving my third-person perspective as a single woman. I mean, how many nice and honest men do you really think are out there in the world?
I'm not going to pretend like Andrew is perfect or anything. He has things that I'd like him to work on, of course. But I think that hopefully, after we come over tonight, you'll have had a chance to get to know him a little better.
I certainly hope so. But just don't be upset when my intuition turns out to be right.
Well, thank you for your input, but I guess we'll see after tonight, won't we? Andrew, just what the heck is going on? Are you drunk right now?
Of course I'm not drunk. This is just what we call having a little buzz. But anyway, let me just make one thing clear to you, okay? You're way past your prime, and you need to realize that I'm doing you a favor by getting married to you. I just want you to know that I'm a catch who could have whoever he wants, and I still chose you.
Is that... Andrew? You don't really feel that way about us, do you?
Of course that's how I really feel about us. The only reason I'm marrying you in the first place is because I figured it'll make my life easier to have someone to clean the house while I'm at work. Why do you think I ended up choosing someone like you? You really ought to be thanking me more often for this, you know?
But how could you say those same words in front of my whole family? Especially after we just got engaged to be married.
And just what are they gonna do about it? They can't touch a hair on my head. I'm rich, remember? I even gave you that huge birthday present, but it wasn't any sweat off my brow. My whole family's stinking rich.
Andrew, are you even listening to yourself right now? I don't care if you're drunk or sober. What you're saying right now is just not acceptable.
Well, excuse me for getting honest when I get drunk. You know, I wasn't even gonna say anything to you about any of this, but now that we're engaged to be married, I guess that I could just come out and level with you.
You're terrible! I had no idea that you were such an awful person. I thought you were kind and sweet and honest about who you are.
What are you saying? That I'm not any of those things? I could be all those things, but I just wanted to let you know how I'm really feeling on the inside as well. And since we're going to be getting married, I just thought that I might tell you how I feel about us getting married is all.
I don't believe this. Even when we were alone, just the two of us, you never used to act this way with me. But to think that you would talk that way about me in front of my own parents, say that I was just a leftover woman who no one would ever want.
There you go again, getting upset with me for just being honest with you. If you're worried about upsetting your parents, then just your existence was enough to do that.
You really are just the worst. I don't know what I ever saw in you. I knew that you had a bit of a problem with your drinking that I was hoping we could address over the years. But I don't even think you're all that drunk right now.
I told you that all I'm doing is speaking the truth. But come and try and blame me because you don't like what you're hearing. If anything, you should be grateful to me for being so honest with you. I mean, do you really not think that I couldn't get a younger girl to marry me if I wanted? Do you really think you were my only choice?
And just what is that supposed to mean?
I mean that I am way too good for you, but I chose you anyway, and so you ought to be thanking me for doing so every single day.
But why should I have to thank you? A marriage should be a partnership between equals, not some kind of business transaction.
What are you, 5 years old or something? Do you really think that's ever how marriage has been? Besides, the fact of the matter is that my family is stinking rich and your family is dirt poor. I work for a huge company and you're just a lowly wage slave at some tiny office. On every level, I am just better than you. If I wanted to, I could cancel our engagement, kick you to the curb, and no one would ever want to marry you ever again. But I could just go out and find 1,000,000 girls willing to date me. Basically, it's not just you, but your whole family who should be kissing my shoes for the favor that I'm doing you all right now. But more than you, I just feel bad for your sister. She's so ugly that I can't see anyone, even someone as nice as me, lowering their standards to date her. So basically, I'm the only chance your family has to marry into a much better one. You all ought to have a little shrine to me with your little beads and stuff, you know?
Andrew, are you not embarrassed even slightly to be talking like this?
It isn't like I want to be saying all this to you, but you just gotta realize that I'm just gonna give you the harsh truth about us. You aren't really gonna try and blame me for being real with you, are you? Anyways, I think I'm gonna go to bed now, and when we move, we're gonna get a much better bed, got it?
I really just can't even believe you right now.
Well, you better start too, and you better fix your attitude too. You're almost 40 and are marrying someone like me. Don't ever forget just how much you owe me for my kindness. Oh, and tell your parents that I want them to start showing much more respect too.
If this is the way that you're going to behave, then I don't even want to get married, Andrew.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I don't want to marry you. You're a jerk, and I don't want to spend my life with you. Tomorrow we are going to start the process of canceling all of our wedding plans.
Whoa, settle down there. You can't be serious, right? Don't you realize what you're throwing away by doing this?
I can't see how I'm doing anything but saving my life from being controlled by you for doing this. I'm just glad that I found out the kind of person that you really are before it was too late.
Hold on a sec, you can't actually be serious about this, right? You really want to spend the rest of your life alone?
It would be better than spending the rest of it married to a total jerk like you. I'd rather spend the rest of my days all alone than have to ever be married to you. You jerk.
You old cow, you'll regret this. Nobody treats me like this. I'm gonna go to bed now, and tomorrow you better be here bright and early to apologize to me. You're probably just starting menopause and getting emotional or something. I'll give you some time to calm down.
I don't even know what to say to that, Andrew.
Hey, where are you? I thought I told you to be here this morning. You're not really gonna cancel all of our wedding plans, are you? You're supposed to be here apologizing to me.
And just what would they even accomplish now that I know the kind of person that you really are? Do you even realize just how badly you upset me yesterday?
Wait, no, hold on. I was drunk, okay? You can't actually be mad at me. You know that I wasn't being serious when I said that kind of stuff, but I'm being honest now when I say I didn't mean it, you know?
I already told you. I don't care whether you were drunk or sober. I am not going to forgive you for what you did.
But I just, look, I think I was just a little clumsy with my words. It was your sister, yeah, she was the one who kept pouring me all those drinks. This is her fault.
You know, Maggie has always been suspicious of you ever since she first met you. But I just couldn't see what she was seeing. But now I see what she did, and I've had enough of you. You're just the worst! I want you out of the house, right now!
But oh god, you're kidding me. Well, fine then, okay? We won't get married, how do you like that? But just know that nobody's ever gonna want to marry you ever again.
Hey, Andrew. Super sorry to bug you. But this is Maggie. I just wanted to say that I was thinking about it yesterday and I realized you're also a dude way past his prime, aren't you? I mean, aren't you in your 40s already?
Excuse me?
I just mean that you keep going on about what an amazing catch you are and how you could have anyone you want, right?
What the heck? Since when is any of that your business, huh? I'll have you know that I'm the best worker in my entire office. And all the young ladies that work there love me, thank you very much.
Wow, that is actually kind of sad if you really believe that. I mean, you may be in your 40s, but it's like your brain is stuck in middle school. Maybe you should go and get some therapy for all that unchecked narcissism that you seem to have.
You little brats, how dare you talk to me like that? Do you even know who I am?
Not really, no, should I? Because as far as I'm concerned, you're just some guy with a bad sense of style and nasty drinking habit.
You little punk, how dare you talk to me like that? Who do you think you are?
Are you even older than 40? You don't seem to know who you are, or I am. Maybe you have Alzheimer's. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you some news.
What the heck are you going on about this time? What news are you talking about?
Well, I recorded a little video of the rant that you went on last night. The video and audio is all super clear.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, I filmed you talking to my family about what an amazing guy you were and how lucky Susie was to have you since no one would ever want to marry her. Anyways, I took that video and went ahead and uploaded it on all my channels.
What do you mean? Why would you do something like that?
Well, while you were giving that little speech, I asked how you'd like it if the whole internet knew you were saying this. You said that you didn't care if you went viral because it just meant that more women would fall in love with you. So you basically gave me permission to do what I did.
But that's not fair, okay? I was drunk yesterday. You can't just take things I've said like that as my consent.
Were you really even that drunk? You started that rant as soon as we all said cheers and started on our first drinks. I really don't think that a guy your age and in your shape is getting that drunk off one little sip.
You take down that video right this instant, I am serious. That isn't the person who I really am.
Ah, okay. I guess I'll look into that. See ya!
Well, it's done. All of our wedding plans are canceled and I've gotten rid of your ring. From here on out, you were nothing to me.
You won't get away with this. I've already told everyone that I'm getting married. We made reservations. What am I supposed to do about all that?
I canceled what I had booked under my name, and I recommend that you do the same. You might be able to get out of paying any heavy fees if you do it all right now.
You think I'm gonna pay a cent to anyone if there isn't gonna be a wedding? Besides, you call off the engagement, you pay.
I can do that. But then I suppose I can collect the money back from you, yes?
What are you talking about?
I mean, with that video of you out there now, I just think it'd be wise to settle with me now.
I don't believe it. You can't be serious, right?
Well, just think of what would happen if your job found out that you behaved this way. You would probably be fired, right? So you can either pay me all the money I've just spent canceling my things, or I can send this to your office.
You can't be serious. You wouldn't do something like that, would you?
I haven't yet, but I have no problem in doing so.
Oh, come on. You're really gonna come after my job, too? Why would you do that? Okay, fine. The wedding is off, and I'll pay whatever fees there are. Just please don't send that video to my office.
Alright, well, I don't actually have any control of that. In fact, I think Maggie has been doing her best to make the video go viral.
But then, what's going on?
What's going on is that you might notice all the young women in the office who you thought were in love with you are actually going to be disgusted by you now.
You old cow, you think this is really gonna fix anything for you? You'll still die all alone!
Maybe, but I can't see things going much better for you, so have a nice life. After that, we finally kicked Andrew out of my parents' house where this had all taken place. Andrew tried to quit his company before the video reached anyone there, but it had already spread all over the internet, and he ended up quitting his job in shame. After that, it came to light that several women in the office had filed complaints with HR about harassment from Andrew. Losing his job didn't mean that Andrew was off the hook yet, though, as he still had to pay all the cancellation fees. The bills piled so high that one night, he drove off and moved away. I hear that he just went to go hide at his parents' house, though. This was all years ago, though, and I've since found a new boyfriend who just proposed to me. He even got the seal of approval from my sister, and I can't wait to be married to him.
Hey, Megan, how are you doing? It's been a long time since we last spoke. I was just wondering if you were well.
Carl? Yeah, it really has been a long time. I'm fine. I'm doing much better without you. So, what do you want? You've got a lot of nerve talking to me after everything you did. It's already been months since you left, and you suddenly want to have a chat? Just to let you know, I'm not interested in catching up or making up with you.
I just want to know how you've been recently, that's all. You don't have to be so defensive. You must be feeling lonely living all by yourself in that house without me, right? You can't have completely forgotten about me already.
Lonely? That's a great joke. I stopped feeling lonely 3 seconds after you walked out the door. Honestly, I felt more angry and sad. But it's already been months. I'm not sad about you anymore. I'm disappointed and still angry enough to not want to have anything to do with you, but otherwise, I'm doing really well. I'm grateful to our lawyers that our divorce went so smoothly and that it was all over so quickly. Thanks to that, I didn't have to meet you in court as often as I expected.
Alright, I'm kinda shocked. I thought that you would still feel something for me. I mean, it's only been 6 months, you know? You can't have gotten over me that quickly, can you? I kinda feel like we've really grown apart. I feel like there's a massive distance between us now. We used to be husband and wife, and we were in love. And we lived together, ate dinner together. But look at us now. We're so far apart.
Huh? What's your point, Carl? I told you that I'm not interested in talking to you. That includes getting nostalgic about how things used to be. And what do you expect? I don't know where you're living right now, but of course we're far apart, physically and emotionally. We're divorced, and we're never going to see each other ever again. We're complete strangers now. You're no different to any stranger I pass on the street. The difference between you and a stranger is that I would rather have a conversation with any random person rather than speak with you.
Megan, don't be so cold. You don't have to be so harsh towards me. I used to be your husband.
The key words are used to be. That was until you won the lottery and suddenly started acting like you were better than me. Yeah, it was a lot of money, but I don't understand how you could have changed so much in just a matter of hours. You threw me away on the day you won that lottery, and you're telling me that I'm being cold? I don't have anything to say, and I have no intention of being kind to an idiot like you.
Trust me, I feel really bad for what I did. I know I've been an idiot. That's why I messaged you today. I did something terrible, but I wish you could just talk to me. I'm really sorry. I hurt your feelings. I thought about what I did since then, and I've reflected on my actions. I regret ever doing something so stupid and impulsive. I should have been more rational when we were talking about the winnings, and shouldn't have reacted like that. No, I should have listened to what you said more carefully. You were being so reasonable about what to do with the money, and I wrecked our marriage because I was so selfish. I regret all of that and more.
The fact that you're saying that now means you're in the situation I predicted you'd end up in all those months ago, right? I hate to rub it in, but I told you so. I can't believe it took you so long to realize how wrong you were. I could see it coming from a mile away, but I guess you just had to experience it firsthand.
I know, I was stupid and I'm sorry. I finally realized that you warned me that this would happen for my sake. I was too blinded by the money to understand that you were only thinking of me. I wish I could go back in time and change everything, but I can't. I was so stupid and I regret it all.
Yeah, you were so stupid. And horrible, too. I get that winning $3 million was a big deal. It's a lot of money, and it's not every day that such a large amount of money comes into hand. I think anyone would panic and get big ideas about how they want to spend their newfound fortune. I was pretty shocked too, and I won't lie, I thought about all the amazing things we could buy too. But the way you reacted was abnormal. Once you knew you had the winning ticket, nothing else mattered to you. You only cared about yourself and the money.
I wasn't thinking straight. It was like I was in a dream state. I couldn't help myself.
All I suggested was that we should be sensible with how we spend the money and save as much of it as possible for our future together. And keep some money aside in case we had children. I wasn't planning on taking anything from you, and I made no mention of spending it all by myself. But you started raving. Shouting at me that it was your money and that I wasn't allowed to touch a single cent. That it was for you to use the way you wanted to spend it. I never intended to take anything from you, but that's what you assumed. And suddenly, poof, like magic, you were gone, along with the money. You didn't even answer my messages until you sent me the divorce papers. And even then, you only replied that you would give me alimony if I signed the papers. We had been together for 3 years, but all that went down the drain when you got that money and turned into a completely different man. For weeks, I wondered what those 3 years were, if they meant nothing to you. After I stopped being sad, I realized that I had already wasted 3 years, and that I shouldn't waste any more time trying to make sense of what you did.
I know. I was completely at fault. But it was $3 million. Neither of us had even had a tenth of that amount in our banks at one time. You can imagine why I went so crazy, can't you?
Yeah, it's a lot of money, but that doesn't excuse your behavior. You ranted at me that my parents might come and beg you for money because they're so poor and that you couldn't trust anyone anymore. You were insulting me and my family with every word you said. Because you had all this money, you had this ridiculous idea that you were better than all of us. I never knew you could be so hurtful and obnoxious, and I was shocked that you could change so easily because of some money.
I don't know what got into me. I don't really know why I said any of that. I didn't mean it, you know that, don't you? I regret everything I did and said after that. I wish I could take it all back.
Really? It sounded like you meant it at the time. Don't try and run away from what you did. It's way too late for you to start begging me for forgiveness. I couldn't care any less about how guilty you feel. Your feeling bad isn't going to change anything. Anyway, what do you want? Let's get this over with.
What are you talking about?
There's a reason why you messaged me today, isn't there? I know you didn't just message me so that you could apologize.
No, I really was worried about you. I wanted to show you that it changed and felt bad about what I did. I guess I also wanted to find out what you did with the money I gave you when we divorced. I was just curious about how you spent it, that's all.
Money? That's what you're interested in? You're talking about the lump sum of money you gave me, right? You chose to give me that money instead of sending me regular payments of alimony because you didn't want to risk having to send me alimony payments for the rest of your life, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that money. I gave you $200,000, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. What about it?
What did you do with it?
It's my money, so what does it matter what I did with it? I don't think it's any of your business how I spent it. It's not like you set any conditions for how I spend it when the amount was decided in court.
Yeah, but it was my money to begin with. I think I have a right to know what you've done with it and decide what you do with it regardless of what was decided in court. And if you have any left, I was wondering if you could return it. Since you're so smart when it comes to money, I was hoping you still have a lot left.
No way. You can't seriously be asking for it back. Of course I'm not giving it back. It may have been yours when you had it, but it became mine when you paid it to me as compensation. Do you understand the meaning of the word compensate? You're the one that suddenly asked for a divorce, so I was owed alimony. But you didn't want to pay that, and I didn't want to keep on having to meet you in court, so I settled for that money you gave me. I don't have any obligation to return that money to you. That money was owed to me, and it's mine.
Yeah, it was compensation, but I only gave you a lot of money because I had a lot of my own money at the time. But I'm having trouble right now, and I need some money. It would be great if you could give it back. To be honest, it's my money, so I shouldn't even have to ask you.
What do you mean by trouble? I got married after we divorced. Oh, so the rumors I heard were true. Congratulations! I heard that you married someone. So, how did that turn out for you?
She ran away with all of my money. I never should have married her.
What? All of it? Yeah, can you believe it?
It was $3 million, so I thought that I didn't have to worry about anything for the rest of my life. I thought I could live like a celebrity. So I resigned from my job and had a house built for me and my new wife. We filled it with designer furniture and everything. We even had a pool put in. We were living the perfect life together until one day she suddenly asked for a divorce. After the divorce was finalized, I realized that all of my money had been transferred to her bank account, and she was gone. We were divorced. My account was empty. She had disappeared. She even told her lawyers that I'd been cheating on her, even though I'd never done anything like that. I'd already lost $1 million in compensation during the divorce for an affair I never had, and she took the rest of what was in my account without me even realizing it. I don't know where she is, but the last I heard, she was living in a penthouse apartment abroad.
You said you never cheated on her, but she managed to win the court case? That must have meant that she had enough evidence to argue for compensation. You can try and act the victim all you like, but in the end, it was your own fault. Your own irresponsible actions brought all this upon you.
Yeah, fine. She got pictures of me with another woman. But how is it fair that she gets $1 million in the divorce? It's my money!
So you did cheat on her after all. You're a pathetic excuse for a husband.
Yeah, alright. Say all you like. Anyway, that's not my point. I've explained why I need the money. Can you give me back the money I gave you? I need it right now. My ex-wife got the house in the divorce too, so I don't have anywhere to live. She's not even using it, she's abroad. But the woman put it out for sale. I was kicked out of my own house so that she could sell it and take more money from me. Megan, you're still living at the same place we lived in when we were married, right? Can we live together again?
Excuse me? Are you asking if you can move in with me?
Let's just forget about everything that happened in the past and live together. I want us to start over. I'll be a better husband this time. Even if we don't have the $3 million, I know that we can be happy together. I still love you. We can work through this together. I swear I'll make you happy this time.
No way. You must be out of your mind. It's disgusting how you think you can slither your way back into my life again. We're over, and we are never getting back together. Ever. The divorce was finalized, and I'm free of you. I don't have anything else to say to you. Plus, I've already moved out of that house and sold it. I'm living somewhere else.
Well, you moved out. Where are you living now? Are you still close by?
I'm not giving you the details of where, but I'll tell you a bit about it. Thanks to the compensation I got from you, I was able to buy some pretty reasonable shares. I had to be patient, but it went really well. I managed to earn a profit from it.
You bought shares? I never knew that you knew how to do that kind of stuff. Why didn't you tell me when I had the $3 million? We could have made an even bigger fortune.
Don't be stupid, Carl. It was beginner's luck. And of course, I didn't put the entire $200,000 you gave me into buying shares. I invested a reasonable amount and got lucky. Once I made a decent profit, I backed out and put all the money I made into a savings account. Right now, I'm working full-time and using the money I've saved up to live a little more luxuriously. I buy organic and I spend money on the things I love and enjoy. But I still have money saved for a rainy day. Thanks to that, I was able to get a penthouse apartment in a really lovely area. It's not filled with designer furniture, so it might not be as fancy as the place you had, but it's home. I realized early on that it was dangerous to impulse buy when you have so much money at your fingertips, so I try and only buy what I need or really want. I'm doing really well at work too, so everything's going perfectly. Smooth sailing. I was being serious when I said I was doing better without you. Honestly, I'm grateful that you won that lottery, and I'm glad you told me you wanted a divorce when you did. If you hadn't, I would have been stuck with you.
You living in a penthouse apartment too? You're kidding. I never imagined that you would end up being so successful. It's only been 6 months since we divorced. But that's my money you're standing on. You and my other exes, you're both living in luxury thanks to me.
It's money we were owed. I don't know what to say about that money she took from your account, except maybe that it was just karma coming around to bite you in the ass. By the way, how much money do you have saved right now?
About $200?
You can't be serious. You're turning 36 this year, aren't you? You don't have a place to live, you're unemployed, and you only have $200 saved? I would sympathize, but I know that it's all your own fault. What are you planning to do from now on?
I was just kicked out of my own house last week. I haven't been able to find a job yet. I thought that I could sell the house, but my other ex got it in the divorce, so I don't have anything worth selling. I already failed one job interview, and I didn't know what else to do, so I decided to message you, hoping that you could help me.
What about your parents? Why don't you ask them to let you stay with them while you find a place of your own? And a job.
Some idiots in my parents' neighborhood found out that I won $3 million and started harassing my parents. Most of it was really childish, you know, throwing toilet paper around, but they were getting death threats in the mail and stuff too. Some magazines are asking for interviews non-stop. My parents ended up moving away and they cut ties with me. I need your help, Megan. I don't have anyone else.
You're the idiot, Carl. That's the main reason why I warned you about bragging about your win to everyone. Just because you won $3 million doesn't make you better than everyone else. I told you that you shouldn't get carried away, didn't I? But you didn't listen, and you lost a lot of friends and made a lot of enemies in the process.
I know. I regret a lot of what I did. I regret not listening to you the most, because none of this would have happened if I just did as you said. That's why I want to get back together again. I need you to keep me in check.
Sorry, Carl, but I'm not interested in being your babysitter. We're never getting back together. There's not even a 1% chance of it happening.
Why not? I'm not asking you to be my babysitter. I want us to be husband and wife again. We didn't get divorced because we stopped loving each other. You still love me, don't you? We can get back together again.
You must be joking. You're the only one that thinks we still have a chance. I don't know whether you do actually still have any feelings for me, or if you're just saying all this because you want money. But either way, it doesn't change how I feel about you. The second you said you wanted a divorce, I hated you from the bottom of my heart. You chose your money over me. You made that really clear during the divorce. Now, I'm indifferent. I couldn't care less about what happens to you.
Don't say that. That hurts more than being told you hate me. Please, I'm begging you for help. Could you at least have some pity for me? I need your help. We used to be married, remember? We spent 3 years living in the same house. We can forget about everything and start new together.
No thanks. You're the one that asked for a divorce despite the 3 years we spent together. So don't bring it up as a reason to get back together.
Then could you at least lend me some money? That's all I asked for. You said you've got money saved up. You can spare some, can't you? You made that money because of the money I gave you. You owe me. Come on. I don't even have a place to live. I'm begging you, Megan. Help me out. I don't have anyone else to turn to.
I don't have any obligation to help you. You won $3 million and you told me that you didn't trust me with your money, saying that I might waste it all on shopping sprees. Only God knows where you got the idea that I would do that. You said you wanted to spend it how you liked and demanded I sign the divorce papers. And you left, taking all your money with you. Well, I'm telling you now that I'm free to spend the money I have however I like, including the money I got as compensation. I don't have a single cent to give you.
Then what am I supposed to do? The reason why you have so much money right now is because of the money I gave you. Don't you feel any gratitude towards me? You could at least give something back as thanks. It's not fair that you're living in a penthouse apartment and have money saved and still have a job. I don't have anything. How can I accept that?
Why should I care whether you accept it or not? You were living in a house filled with designer items and lived the celebrity life for a few months, didn't you? I hear that your new wife was quite beautiful, too. You didn't have to work and spent your days relaxing, sleeping, and eating, I guess. Do you remember what you told me when you left me? You said that you were rich and that you deserved better than a boring old woman like me, even though we're the same age. Even though you would be just as boring without that money. You said that you were going to find someone younger and prettier, someone that would suit your newfound fortune. Did you think I would forget that you said that?
I don't remember saying anything like that at all. But I'm sorry. I really am. I wasn't myself then. I didn't think that at all. I've never thought anything like that. You didn't think I was being serious, did you? Ever since we got divorced, I've been thinking about you. I just want to get back together. I realized after spending a few months living with my other wife that the only one for me was you. I need you, Megan.
Really? You need me? Thanks. I'm so flattered.
Is that all you have to say? I'm begging you here. Just listen to what I have to say, please. Can't you be a little interested just for a minute? I just need $1,000, that's all. I won't ask for any more than that. I'll pay you back. Megan, are you listening to me? If I have $1,000, I can buy lottery tickets again. I'll win a fortune, and I'll be able to give you all the money you want.
You've got to be kidding. I guess it's true that money drives people crazy. You hear a lot in the news about how people spent their winnings on something ridiculous, but I think you've outdone all of them. I've never heard of anyone that had to beg their ex for money to bet their chances on a second win. If you think that's the way out of your problems, then there's no helping you.
What do you mean there's no helping me? You can help me. I just need money. We can fix everything if we get back together and help each other through this. I want to start over with you. I love you. Don't you love me back? Don't you feel sorry for me?
You don't love me. You just love that I have something you don't. My money. And I don't need anything to be fixed. My life is great as it is now. It's not perfect yet, but you're not the one that will make it perfect. You need to learn to fix your behavior and fix your problems yourself. Don't bother me anymore.
I do love you. I only have you. Give me back my money.
It's not yours. I made this money because of the decisions I made. You lost yours because of the decisions you didn't think through. Don't ever message or call me ever again. You asshole. Let me give you the same parting gift you gave me. I deserve better than a boring old man like you. I'm going to find someone that loves me and live happily ever after without you. I'll be blocking your number, so don't try and contact me. Goodbye. After that, Megan blocked Carl's number and blocked him on all of the social networking they were connected on. Megan was able to forget about Carl pretty easily and was enjoying her peaceful life without him. She was living her ideal life, focusing on her career and coming home to the apartment she had taken care to furnish with things she loved. Carl, however, had used up what remained of his savings and still couldn't pass an interview because of his obvious lack of work ethic. He didn't change his attitude and blamed the interviewers for not passing him. As a result, he started borrowing money from loan sharks, and with that money, he began gambling at his nearest casino. Of course, it wasn't that easy to make a fortune, and the gambling only made his debt bigger and bigger. He was digging his own grave, but he still didn't change his attitude. After realizing how big his debt had gotten, he became desperate. But instead of trying for another job interview, he tried to steal money from a convenience store and was caught by the police. Megan found out about Carl's arrest on the morning news, but was too indifferent to care. She only remarked that money really does drive people crazy, and went on about her day as she usually would. Carl was just another stranger to her now.
Why are you so slow at doing these things, huh? Haven't you transferred my monthly allowance into my bank account yet? Hurry up, all right? I'm having issues with paying for things. Do you really think it's okay to be self-employed these days? Because I didn't bother checking my accounts or anything, I have to pay about $1,000 more than usual. So hurry up so I can pay that back. Riley, I told you this already. You're about to get married, so you need to become more independent. I can't keep paying for your lifestyle. It's getting too much to handle. Huh? You didn't actually tell me that you were going to stop my allowance altogether, did you? You know that you can't do that to me, right? I need money to live my life. I haven't even had my wedding ceremony yet, so please just keep putting money into my bank account so I can pay for my living expenses. That's not how it works, Riley, and you should know that by now. Your fiancé is a self-employed businessman who earns a lot of money. Why not ask him for some extra cash? You were bragging about that not so long ago, right? Why can't you just ask him for some money so you can buy whatever you want? Don't you think it's a bit arrogant to ask my fiancé for an allowance when we only just got engaged? Once we have the wedding, I'll feel more comfortable. We'll be husband and wife by then, so I can ask him then for whatever I like, and I'm sure he'll give it to me. He gives in to me very easily, actually, so it should be fine. But we're still engaged right now, and he's not quite my husband yet. I can't do that to an unmarried man. That's why I'm coming to you, Mom. Just please give me some money. I don't even get why you're coming to me for this when you're not even grateful for what I give you. You call me an old hag all the time. This has been one of the only times that you've even called me Mom. I don't understand you sometimes. I don't know how you ended up so terrible when your father tried so hard to do things for you. Wow, how can you be so pedantic? I thought people like this only existed in dramas on TV. You know, as soon as I get married, you're just going to push me away. You're going to make me do everything on my own. This is crazy. You know that you could lose the only daughter you've ever had, and I'm not even related to you by blood. You're just another woman who pushes their kids away and says things like she's not my daughter, so you don't have to take responsibility anymore. First of all, I never said I would do that to you. How could you say something like that about me? You label me as such a bad person all the time, Riley. Up until now, I've been giving more living expenses to you than what you actually need every month. I get it because you still don't have to work, but still. I've been supporting you financially for a while now, and I think I've been doing a really good job of that. But there's only so much that I can do for you, Riley.
Yeah, and? So what that you have? You're making quite a bit of money, so you don't have to be so stingy with your earnings, right? You're my stepmother, after all, okay? You should be financially supporting me, no questions asked. You're the one that got married knowing you'd have to look after your stepchildren.
Yes, I suppose I did, but I thought you'd be a little bit more grateful for the support I give you. Of course, that's why I've been providing support for you to live. I'm trying to treat you as if you were my real daughter, my real flesh and blood. A woman should be allowed to do that at least.
Yeah, so I don't see what the problem is. Please, just give me my living expense payment. For the sake of your adorable daughter's survival in this cruel world.
Well, the problem is your attitude at the moment. You know that I work really hard to earn that money, right? It doesn't just fall out of the sky and land on your feet. I've given up a lot of my own downtime to work and to provide as much as I can for the family and myself as well.
Yes, I've heard this whole speech before, and you've earned it through doing hard work. I get it. That's why I'm glad you're giving some of it to me. I can't think of a better way to be spending the money that you earn. It's pretty good, right?
You've been working a little bit up until this point, right? You know how difficult it is to make a lot of money these days.
Yeah, but that's why I'm asking you for money now, all right? Look, I quit my job already, and I've left the company I worked at.
Wait, what? You've quit your job already? But I thought you were going to be there for a little bit longer. Why didn't you consult me about this?
Because I'm an adult now, and I don't need to consult with my stepmother every time I need to make a decision on something. I'm getting married soon, so of course it was the right thing to up and leave the company. I don't need them now anyway. I'll have my husband soon enough. My fiancé makes good money, so my future is looking very financially stable at the moment. The people around my desk were also very annoying, so I just quit.
But you really can't just go and do something like that so soon. I feel like this could have been planned out a little better. I say this to you because I'm self-employed and it takes a lot to be successful. It's best to not seek stability from a self-employed position. It's unpredictable. Even though I'm making a lot of money now, I could fail and lose my business at any time. The economy could send me into a downward spiral. So maybe, for the time being, you could get a part-time job so that you're not in hot water later on. It would really help you in the long run, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's the case you have to deal with. What you're saying isn't the situation I'm in. Look, my fiancé is a very smart person. He's not going to fail no matter what happens to the economy or if other outside forces change. You're being too anxious.
But you don't know what happens out there. You're not living in the reality of the real world, Riley. You think that you can get away with anything and everything? Being able to earn your own money can also be your only line of defense if something bad happens. Are you really going to put all of your eggs in one basket?
Okay, whatever. I don't like talking to you when you get like this. An old hag like you leaves a stink on everything they say and do. What's your problem? Are you jealous of me or something? It's time to stop and actually be aware of how old you are. Stop trying to act young.
Why are you bringing my age into this when all I'm trying to do is tell you to be careful with your money? As a mother, I'm giving you solid advice.
There's only one thing you should be doing right now, Marge. Send me plenty of money for my living expenses. If you'll excuse me, I need to go and get my hair and nails done at the salon now. Please just send me my money. Bye-bye now.
Are you kidding me, Riley? Please, just wait a minute. Riley! I won't send you any money with that kind of attitude. I am sick of you treating me like a bank.
Hey, Marge. I'm sorry to bother you, but are you still sending money to Riley? Look, there's no need to transfer money to her anymore. She's a big part of our family, but I don't think you should be spoiling her forever. She's been so ungrateful throughout her entire life. I'm so exhausted, Marge.
Oh, right. Well, that's what I thought too. She just got in touch with me, actually. She said that she wanted me to keep giving her money until the wedding ceremony was held. Well, until then, I don't mind having to do that for my own daughter. I mean, I've been feeding her and looking after her forever, so...
I had a feeling that she got in touch with you. I was also contacted by her earlier as well. I was also told the same thing, but I also told her no. I had a feeling she was urging you to give her some money. I thought she'd be a bit more independent. I thought she wouldn't be so spoiled.
Yeah, you're right. I really thought she would be too. Well, I did decide that I would take care of her money situation until she got married, so it can't be helped.
Oh, Marge, I'm really sorry about this. I've put too much effort into giving her what she wants, and now she's acting so terribly. I've caused a lot of trouble for us now. I can't stand the way she treats me and you. It's absolutely disgusting behavior.
I know, but oh well, it's pretty much a thing of the past. A lot has happened, but we were able to overcome those things back then. Once Riley is married and everything, things should settle down and maybe we can have a bit more peace and quiet.
Yeah, I really hope so. That girl is also getting married and should be acting like an adult. She needs to stand on her own 2 feet. Let's enjoy the time we have together from now on. Things have been kind of bad up until now. I just want to relax and spend the rest of my life with you, with no troubles.
I knew what I was getting into when I married you, Alan. I know you always feel bad and apologize for what's happened, but you've got to realize that none of this is your fault, Alan. But yeah, I will say I was surprised that she was more of a problem child than I expected.
Yes, and you've done so well with trying to cope with her. I do thank you for all the help you've given me, and that you've tried to do as much as you can for her.
Yeah, however, I didn't think that she'd find a man that earns his own money. I never expected that at all. I'm wondering if he's hiding his bad behavior or something dodgy. Maybe he's on the same level as Riley. Maybe one is just as bad as the other. I mean, I could be totally making this up, but I just have a bad feeling.
Hopefully he isn't that sort of guy, but I guess only time will tell. I would be grateful to be given a son-in-law that's better than Riley.
Oh, my dear, your true feelings are really coming out now. I suppose we'll get to know him more soon enough.
I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of person he is when it comes to seeing him at the wedding ceremony. Hopefully, things go a bit more smoothly, but I feel like it won't turn out that way. It never does.
Yes, it'll be an interesting occasion for sure. But let's just keep an eye on him, shall we? Anything could happen when it comes to anyone being with Riley. Hey, Marge, you won't believe this, but my fiancé has been treating me to things all day today. I'm able to buy the things that I need for my wedding. He really is the best guy. Okay, I don't get you sometimes, Riley. What is with the attitude? Why is it only me that you're being salty to these days, huh? Well, you're not my real mother, so I feel like it's fine to treat you however I like. Especially since you're so hesitant to give me any money. You've got to be kidding me with this nonsense, Riley. You can't treat me like this. I'm still your stepmother. Your attitude is really frustrating me. Jeez, okay. Well, I was actually messaging you to tell you that you're no longer invited to the wedding ceremony. Wait, what? What did you just say? What do you mean I'm not invited? This isn't funny, Riley. This isn't the time to be making jokes. My fiancé told me to tell you that you're not blood related, so why should you be invited to the wedding? Please don't show up on my wedding day. You'll ruin everything. What are you talking about? I am your stepmother, Riley. You're just going to push me away after all the things I've done? I've always taken care of you. Yeah, well, that's all over now, Marge. After all, I'm getting married, so I'll no longer be getting money from you, right? Since I won't be getting any money, I've got no use for you anymore. Oh my God, what the heck, Riley? Just because I'm not going to give you an allowance, you think you can just cut me out of your life? I don't see the point anymore. My father also said he's going to stop giving me money, but he's my biological father, so I guess I'll keep in touch with him. I can't believe you're doing this to your own family. But fine, do what you want, Riley. I understand. I won't come to your wedding then.
Good. I'm glad that we're both on the same page about this. I thought I would have trouble getting you to understand. I don't want you involved in the rest of my life. Goodbye, you old hag. Don't even think about getting in contact with me ever again. I don't plan on it.
I wish you nothing but the best, Riley. I hope that things work out for you and your fiancé. Just be careful, because karma does work in some strange ways, you know.
What the heck is going on around here? Do you know what's going on? It's my wedding ceremony today. You do know that, right?
Yes, of course I know that. It's on my calendar. Oh, yep, today is your wedding day. But you told me I wasn't invited. That's why I did as you wished, Riley. I'm not going to show my face at your wedding. That would ruin everything, right?
Please, just hang on a minute while I try and wrap my head around this. Why isn't Dad coming? Or any of the other family members? Why hasn't anyone shown up yet? I thought they said they were going to come to my wedding today.
Oh, is that what you're talking about? I was getting confused for a second there.
What else could I possibly be talking about? Did you actually do something to sabotage my wedding day? My family's side of the venue is the only side that has empty seats. This has become such a huge problem. What's going on?
Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention this, but everyone wanted to come to your wedding today, but they chose not to in the end. They said that there was no point in going to some stranger's wedding. Well, that's what I heard them saying anyway.
What the heck is that supposed to mean? How could something so bad happen right now? Wait, what do you mean a stranger's wedding? I'm talking about my own relatives here. Why would they try around and call me a stranger? It doesn't make sense.
Well, the people that have been speaking this way are also my relatives, Riley. I guess to you, that would be your former relatives, to be precise.
But I don't understand what you're saying. You're the only one in our family that's not a relative, Marge.
No, I'm married to your father. I'm very well recognized as being a part of the family. But what about you, Riley? Huh?
What on earth are you talking about, you evil woman? I'm my father's real daughter. What are you even saying? Have you gone insane?
Riley, it seems like you've always been acting like this so that you can embarrass your relatives. You're always mean to the people around you. When you were little, you broke your classmates' hearing aids and played with them, thinking it was funny that they couldn't hear. Apparently, it was difficult to pay back the compensation that you owed. It was a huge bill. You caused the family so much trouble.
Okay, yeah, maybe I did something along those lines, but come on, I was just a kid. We all do silly things. Kids can't help that. Besides, what's that got to do with what we're talking about right now? You need to tell those family members to get down here and fill those seats. We can talk about all the issues after the ceremony is finished. This is my day, and all eyes should be on me and only me. I'm the bride, remember?
Well, it seems like everyone here doesn't care about what you just said, your father included. I'm so furious to learn about your attitude and your fiancé's attitude towards my wife, Riley. You're both adults, for goodness sake. If you're cutting ties with me and treating me like a stranger, then you need to do the same for him too. You're breaking your father's heart, Riley.
Wait a minute, cut off my real dad? But I couldn't do that to him, okay? Doesn't he want to take his adorable daughter's side in this?
I'm going to tell you what happened. It was during the wedding rehearsal the other day. Your fiancé's attitude was so terrible. Don't you remember the fight with your father?
Yeah, we had a fight, but what of it? You know that he and his family are so strict. I thought his family wouldn't accept you as my stepmother. I can't even ignore you, so it's so frustrating. You're always getting in the way of my family.
Up until now, Riley, I have treated you as if you were my real daughter. Whenever you got into trouble, I gave you money. I let you live your life without any inconveniences, and yet you still treat me badly and behave like this. I'm over it.
And that's something that you wanted to do out of the kindness of your own heart, isn't it, Marge? Would you just stop being so patronizing? You know that I'm not going to forgive you for giving up your money for me. Do you think I should feel sorry for you? You should have been more careful about marrying my dad.
Well, I was very much aware of your father's situation when it came to you. I'm a business owner, Riley. I'm not too worried about money. I know that you always thought that you could get a lot of money out of me since I was able to become your mother, so you just used me for that. Because I was able to give you a lot of money for your living expenses each month, I suppose it was a condition so that Alan and I could get married.
Yeah, that's right. So, what's your point in all of this? Even if that wasn't the case, we were still poor. I was just a girl who used her father's money. I guess it's only natural for you to hate for trying to suck my dad's bank account dry.
Yeah, I definitely thought that you thought of your father as a money tree and that's it. But he and I were aware of that.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were both aware. Well, to be honest, I don't give a crap about that. I guess thank you for giving me money up until now. Thank you for all the hard work you've done, Marge. I guess it wasn't all for nothing.
Okay, that's it. Alan and I are tired of your attitude. That's why I'm dealing with your selfishness right to the bitter end of this. From today onwards, have your wedding ceremony and do whatever you want as a married woman. We are now severing ties with you, Riley.
You know what, Marge? You've gone all crazy. If you want to cut ties with me, do it. Do whatever you like. But you can't do that until after the wedding is over.
Do you really think that everything's going to go your way all the time, Riley? You know that the world doesn't work like that, right? You can't always get what you want.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You know that I get whatever I want when I want. What makes you say that to me now?
Up until this point, you've been so selfish and used other people's money to get what you wanted. Even when I thought that you'd become a successful member of society, this is still how you are. I'm not surprised that your mother ran away from this mess.
Wait, what do you mean? Why are you bringing up my mom? What would you know about her anyway?
You'd be surprised, Riley. I know quite a bit about your mom. I'm talking about your real mom. Because of your bad behavior, I got depressed and ran off.
Wait, what did you just say to me? I heard that she ran off with another man in the dead of night, never to be seen again. No?
No, you're wrong. I made that up so Alan wouldn't hurt you. But I will say it was the best lie I've ever told. The real cause was your bad behavior. You made her feel so depressed, she wasn't in a good frame of mind at all when she left.
Huh? But I don't understand. How could it possibly have been my fault? I was just a kid, right?
Since you were a little girl, you have done nothing but hurt a lot of people. You were so evil, it cost a lot in compensation for what you did. You stabbed a neighbor. Your mother, who was also a bit of a troublemaker herself, felt responsible for your bad behavior. She got really depressed, she stopped going to work, and she abandoned her job and home. She ran as far away as she could.
What? No way. That actually happened? She ran away because of me? Her only daughter?
It seemed like Alan also tried to make an effort in helping you change your personality and your behavior. By that time, he realized he was too late, and this is the result we get.
What the heck is that supposed to mean? Are you saying I'm a bad person? I'm not that bad, am I? Since both of you were working, you were able to make me this way. So what happened when it was only just my dad and he became really poor? Are you saying that this is all my fault?
I suppose you could say that. It was very much your fault that all of this happened and why I'm here now, in this family. Once he was a married man, he had to pay for the compensation. I was there, I was able to help support him in that. You caused my husband a lot of trouble when all you had to do was behave yourself.
Well, if you're a parent like that, it's only natural to do everything for your child, including wiping their own butt.
If you say things like that, Riley, nothing will ever change with you. What you are will never change. All of your relatives are really disappointed in you. Especially when they found out that the one person who took good care of you wasn't invited to the wedding. I don't need an ungrateful daughter like you in my life.
Okay, all right, I get it. You've made your point. Fine, then you can come along with them too. This is so embarrassing for me, okay? Didn't I tell you that the family is really strict? I'm so annoyed they're making me do something like this. I just need them to cooperate with me just this one time.
Wow, you are not making things any easier, are you? Look, you chose this man all on your own, so now it's up to you to create your own happiness. If you think everything will go your way, you're wrong. This is what has happened as a result. You have caused so much trouble for us, even though we took care of you.
God, give me a break, Marge. If things continue like this, my marriage could be annulled. I don't want that to happen, so please just get over here. We can't start the ceremony like this. Everyone will start questioning me where my family is. I can't have that happening. His family will wonder what's going on.
It's all your own fault, Riley. Apparently all the relatives will cut ties with you after this because I made a connection with you. I've suffered my own loss here. I don't wish for this to happen, but I've got no other choice but to do this, Riley. Don't just use people and think they won't notice what you're doing. Okay, I get it. Look, I'm sorry for what I've done up until now. Please, let's just talk about this later and just get the family to come over here right now, please. There's nothing more you can do now, Riley. Even if you cry and beg, nothing's going to change. You've taken advantage of all the people in your life, and we've had enough of it. Don't you know that you need us more than we need you now? I bet that it's hard to be abandoned by all the people in your family and then get that realization that you're just a scumbag daughter. After that whole debacle, Riley got into a fight with the groom and the ceremony hall had turned into utter chaos. Apparently, the groom's relatives were so disappointed that they decided to file the divorce for the fiancé. Some of Riley's friends said that they honestly didn't want to get involved with what happened. Apparently, this led to her being the laughingstock of the entire day, and she had become estranged to them. She was also cut off from all her relatives as well. With no one left to rely on, she reluctantly started looking for a part-time job in order to make a decent living for herself. At her former workplace, she proudly resigned from there. However, they all made fun of the unmarried woman, and so she quit her job and has never returned to her old workplace. Also, her former colleagues had heard so many rumors about her. They came to her part-time job to make fun of her, and she was so embarrassed. Riley's lived her life making fun of people and taking advantage of them. What goes around comes around, I suppose.
Lisa, how are you? I hope you're not too busy. Can I go and borrow it today as we promised?
Hi, Susie. What are you talking about?
You can't have forgotten already. You're not that old. I guess it slipped your mind. You promised me that I could borrow your car for a couple of days. Remember? You shouldn't forget promises like that. It's not very polite, you know.
No, I haven't promised anything like that. I never once said that it was okay. I said that I can't allow you to borrow my car over and over. Don't forget things for your own convenience. I'm not letting you borrow my car, and that's final.
Oh, come on. I need a car. We're planning on leaving tomorrow. I've already paid for the camping site, so we can't delay our trip. We need to borrow your car or we won't be able to go enjoy our holiday. We're going to miss out on camping by the sea just because you wanted to be mean.
There's no point guilt-tripping me. I already told you to get a rent-a-car. It's my car and I need to use it tomorrow. I can't lend it to you.
But rental cars are so expensive. It'll be impossible to find a cheap one at this last minute. Also, tomorrow's a federal holiday. There aren't going to be any vacancies. Everyone's going to have the day off, so it'll be impossible to find a car now.
Why should I care? I already told you that I can't lend you my car weeks ago. You should have booked a car then. And why can't you use your own car?
Why do you have to be so horrible? It's being repaired. It's not at home at the moment. I don't have my own car, and I can't get a rental car, so you have to lend me yours. Plus, if I borrow your car, I don't have to pay a thing.
What makes you think you can borrow it without paying? I'm not lending it to you. I don't care how expensive rent-a-cars are. That's your own fault for not booking in advance. You'll have to solve this problem yourself. It's got nothing to do with me.
Don't say that. I can't believe you were this much of a bully. I thought you were much kinder than that. Oh, I'm so disappointed.
It's not a matter of being kind. No matter how bad you try and make me feel, I'm not lending you my car. End of story.
Whenever your son wanted to borrow my daughter's toys, I always let him. I think it's only fair that you be just as generous. You're an adult, aren't you?
Borrowing toys and borrowing a car are completely different. You can't honestly think that it's the same thing. Cars involve insurance, and it'll get complicated if you have an accident or happen to damage the car. And a car is worth a lot more than a child's toy. You understand that, don't you?
But my husband is good at driving. He won't have an accident or do anything that could damage the car. So you don't have to worry about insurance. We've got road service, so if we get a flat tire or run out of gas or something, we'll be able to sort it out.
Whether your husband is good at driving or not, you could still get caught up in an accident. I'm talking about if someone is injured. I can't let you borrow my car. That would be too irresponsible. Find a rent-a-car.
Oh, please! It's just for a few days. You can't be that selfish. Why can't you be a bit more understanding?
That's what I want to say. If you think I'm being selfish, then so be it. Anyway, I've got to get back to work. I have a meeting, and I don't have time to be discussing this with you. I'm not going to be able to respond to your messages, so there's no point in messaging me. Susie, pick up the phone! What do you think you're doing? What did you do with my car? There's no point pretending that your phone is off. I know that it was you who took my car. If you don't answer my messages or calls, I'll report this to the police.
What? The police? You're kidding! You're overreacting!
Why were you ignoring my messages? What have you done with my car? I can't believe you'd take it without my permission. What is wrong with you? I told you that I didn't want to lend it to you.
You're so rude! I didn't take it without permission! Your husband was the one that gave me your car keys.
That's because you lied and told him that I promised to lend it to you. Even though I told you several times that I didn't want to, you went against my wishes. My husband was naive to believe you, but that's because neither of us knew up until now that you were this untrustworthy. It looks like he tried to call me, but like I told you, I was in a meeting. You took advantage of that and coerced my husband. Anyway, I want you to return my car. We need it tomorrow. If you return it right now, I won't involve the police.
Please don't call the police. I haven't done anything wrong. Your husband gave us the keys, so that means he gave us permission to borrow it. Why are you being so mean? You should just accept his decision.
It's not his decision to make. The car is mine. It's not his property, so no matter what he said, my word is final. Plus, he only gave you the keys because you convinced him that I had said yes, but had forgotten to mention it to him.
It's not his car? Well, I didn't know that, but he's still the one that gave us the keys. It's such a big car. It must come in really handy for all sorts of occasions. It's perfect for carrying our camping equipment.
Just hurry up and bring it back.
But we've already finished loading it with all of our stuff. It's a plan to take everything out again, so we'll return it after we've come back from our trip. That's good enough, isn't it?
Good enough? Not nearly. There's nothing good about this situation. I need my car so that we can visit my parents for the holidays tomorrow. How am I supposed to get there without a car?
I don't know. Why don't you get a rent-a-car? If you can buy a big car like this, I'm sure you can afford it.
You're joking, right? You're telling me to get a rent-a-car? Why should I be the one getting a rent-a-car when I've got a perfectly good car of my own? A car that you've stolen from me. You should be the one paying for a rent-a-car if yours isn't available. Be an adult and give me back my car.
But it took so much time getting all of our stuff in the car. It'll take ages to get it all off again. It'll just be a waste of time if we do that. And I don't want to do anything that bothersome. If you have a problem with me borrowing your car, you should talk to your husband. I didn't steal the keys. He handed them to me. We only borrowed the car because he said we could. It's not our fault you didn't talk to your husband about not letting us borrow your car. Our kids get along really well, so you don't want to ruin their friendship with something so trivial, do you? If they knew what you were saying, they would be really disappointed. I'm sure your son would be happy to let us borrow the car for a day or two.
Right now, Sam's opinion and my husband's opinion don't matter. That's my car you've taken. I'm going to pick it up, so please unload your things and have it ready for me to take home. I'll have to take a taxi to go to your place, so expect a bill in the mail. I wouldn't have had to do this if you had just given me back my car. But I had no choice.
You can't come here. Even if you do, there's no point. We've already left. Instead of wasting money on a taxi, you should go home.
I know that you're lying and you're still at home. Did you forget that Sally lives opposite you? She called me to tell me that my car was parked on the side of the road. She also told me that parking there is off limits because there's a crosswalk nearby. You were pretty confident that you wouldn't cause an accident, but you're already doing something so irresponsible. How am I supposed to trust you with my car? By the way, Sally thought about calling the police since it's pretty dangerous, but she was kind enough to call me first since she recognized it as my car. I made it clear that I hadn't parked it there and told her that it had been stolen, so you better hurry up and get your things out and return it to me before I really do call the police.
You told her that I stole it? How could you say that? How could you accuse me of something like that?
It's not an accusation, it's the truth. I'm asking you to return it, but you're refusing. That means that you've stolen it. I'm going to collect my car, but if the police find it parked in a no parking zone before I can get there, there's nothing I can do to help you. You'll have committed a crime.
I can't believe you told Sally that I stole your car. I can't believe you have the nerve to victimize yourself like that. I haven't done anything to deserve all of this. I thought you were so kind, but now I know that was all an act. You're horrible. How could you spread rumors about me like that? I thought we were friends.
You say you haven't done anything. You took my car without my permission. And then you parked it in a no parking zone. What were you thinking? If your definition of kind is letting you step all over me, then you're just being selfish.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you would be so bothered by me borrowing your car. But you didn't have to tell Sally that I had stolen it. You went too far, Lisa. I can't believe I ever thought of you as a friend.
I told you over and over again that I didn't want to lend you my car. How many times do I have to tell you no before you understand that it means no? And I haven't spread any rumors. I've only told Sally the truth about what happened. Don't guilt trip me.
Oh, okay. I understand that you didn't want to lend me your car. But please, don't call the police. You're just overreacting. I've already apologized. You should forgive me already.
The situation has gone beyond being settled by a simple apology. Wait, you got a scratch on my car?
What? What are you talking about? We haven't done anything. I told you my husband is a good driver.
I'm on the phone with Sally and she went to take a look at my car for me. She told me that there was a scratch on the side, on my door. What have you done? This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to let you borrow my car.
It's not my fault. Somebody must have scratched it when they passed by. They should have taken more care when they drove by. It's not my responsibility, so I don't have to pay anything, do I?
You're at home, aren't you? I've had enough of discussing this with you. Would you hurry up and return my car? If you won't, I'll have to call the police. I'm not taking no for an answer.
I said I'm sorry. How many times do I have to apologize? We'll be back from our trip tomorrow, so I'll return it then. It's just a scratch, so it's not like it needs urgent repairs.
No, you're returning it now! If you don't come back with my car within an hour, I'm reporting it to the police as a theft. Once I've called the police, I'll have to head to yours in a taxi to collect my car, so I'll be billing you with a taxi fee. Do you understand? I'm being very serious. I want my car back.
Wait a minute, just calm down. You're being really unreasonable. My husband's apologizing too, so please forgive us. Ugh, he said that he got carried away. Please calm down. Don't call the police on us. We didn't mean to do anything.
Carried away. He says he got carried away? Do you really think that that's a good enough excuse for what you've done? You stole and got a scratch on my brand new car after I told you repeatedly that I didn't want to let you borrow it. Your husband knew that I hadn't given you permission, but he still cooperated with you. I can't believe either of you. You really must be perfect for each other if you can be so accepting of your partner's crimes.
May is apologizing too, so would you please forgive us? We'll babysit Sam whenever you want. You must be really busy with work, so dealing with the police will take up a lot of time, don't you think? Let's just forget about this.
Why are you bringing May into this? She's your daughter, but the only ones that are to blame are you and your husband. Why should she be apologizing with you? May has no reason to feel bad for any of this.
I thought that you were still kind enough to forgive us if May apologized with us. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking.
I've already called the police.
What? You're joking.
I'm heading over, so have my car ready for me to take home. I want everything you've loaded into it removed. If it's still got stuff in it when I arrive, I'll take it home anyway and have everything given to charity. I suggest you work very quickly.
You haven't actually called the police, have you? You're just playing with me, right?
Sally was kind enough to stay with the car, so it hasn't been towed, but if she hadn't been standing by the car, you might have been left with a ticket.
Yeah, but it's not that big a deal. I thought it would be okay if we left for just one night. I didn't think there would be any problem. Are you already on your way? It would be a waste to pay for a taxi. I'll have my husband take your car back to you, so you don't have to come. You don't have to call the police either.
I'm already on my way. I can't trust anything you say anymore, and God forbid I don't want things made worse by your husband having an accident on the way to my place. I'll need to have someone take a look at the scratch on the side, so I'll be taking my car straight into the local repair shop myself.
All right, if you say so. We'll pay a little bit for the repairs. So can you forgive us? Please don't call the police on us. You'll just be making a big deal out of a really small issue. Please. My mother-in-law lives in the neighborhood, and if she hears about this, oh, she'll be furious. She already hates me so much. If she finds out the police were involved, she'll never forgive me.
Susie, that's your own problem, not mine. If you didn't want the police involved, you should have returned my car when I first asked you to, not after the millionth time. Anyway, I'm curious. Why didn't you park my car in your apartment's parking space? It should be open if your car is being repaired, right?
Huh?
You have a parking space reserved for your apartment, which you usually use for your car, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but we can't use it right now.
Because your car is still parked there. It's not being repaired, is it?
No, my car's out for repairs. I just can't use the parking space right now.
You want to use my car because it was big and convenient for carrying camping items, right? Your car wasn't big enough, so you decided to use mine. You lied to me about that too, didn't you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't know how to explain. I thought you wouldn't let me borrow your car if you knew that mine was still usable. Ugh, I missed the chance to tell you the truth.
You didn't mean to? You clearly thought that the best way to get me to lend you my car was to deceive me. You can't pretend that you didn't lie on purpose. You say you missed the chance to tell me, but I don't think you ever planned to tell me the truth. And you wonder why I can't trust you with my car?
I'm really sorry. I'll pay for the repairs, so please forgive me.
I've had to pay for a taxi to get to your house, so I want you to pay for that too. I'll be sending you a bill for the repairs and the taxi fare, and I'll be talking with my lawyers. You took my car without my permission, so I can press charges for theft, you know.
Please don't do that. Lisa, there's a police car outside my apartment. Did you really call the police?
Yes, I did. I reported the theft a few minutes ago. I'll be there within a few minutes myself. I suggest you go down to the police and be honest about what you've done. If you don't, you'll just make things worse, and your mother-in-law will find out in the worst possible way. You don't want to make a fuss in front of all your neighbors, do you? How ironic. If you had just accepted that I didn't want to lend you my car and booked a rent-a-car, you might have saved a few more dollars, and you would have been able to avoid such an embarrassing situation. In the end, a police car had come to check up on the situation, not just because Lisa had reported the theft, but because there had been calls from the neighbors about the car being parked in a no parking zone. Many neighbors had come out to see what was going on and were gossiping about the appearance of a police car and about Susie's grand theft auto. Susie and her husband were given a warning by the police officer, and the scratch turned out to be the doing of one of the neighbor's children, but Susie's husband had to take full responsibility since he was the one that parked the car there. Lisa was able to use that in demanding that they pay the full amount of repairs. Susie and her husband ended up paying a lot more than they would have done if they had just rented a car. Of course, Susie and her family couldn't go on holiday, and her mother-in-law found out about what they had done. She was lectured and lost all her trust. On top of that, none of Susie's friends would hang out with her after they had heard what she had done. She had to pay a lot more than she expected financially and socially. And so it looks like she should have just booked a rent-a-car.